Fluid mechanics. Fluid is a substance that cannot remain at rest under action of shear force. Fluid is a substance which offers no resistance to change of shape. Practical fluids possess all the above properties. In static fluid, only normal stress can exist. A fluid is said to be ideal if it is inviscous and incompressible. An ideal flow of any fluid must fulfill the following continuity equation. If no resistance is encountered by displacement, such a substance is known as ideal fluid. The volumetric change of a fluid caused by a resistance is known as liquids. The volumetric change of fluid caused by a resistance is known as cohesion. Liquid, none of the above. Density of a water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. Mass density of liquid is given by all of this above. The value of mass density in kg second square per meter cube for water 0 degrees is dash 101.9. Units of mass density is dash kg second square by m to the power 4. Property of fluid by which its own molecules are attracted is called cohesion. Mercury does not wet glass. This is due to property of a liquid is known as surface tension. The property of fluid which enables to resist tensile stress is known as cohesion. Property of fluid by which molecules of different kinds of fluids are attracted each other is called adhesion. The specific weight of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. All of this above. Specific weight of water in SI units is equal to 9.81 10 power of n meter cube. When the flow of parameters at a given instant remains same at every point, the fluid is set as uniform. Which of the following dimensionless? Specific gravity. The normal stress in a fluid will be constant in all directions at any point only if it is at rest. The pressure at a point in a fluid will not be same all the directions when the fluid is viscous and moving. The tendency of liquid surface is contact is due to the following property: surface tension. The surface tension is of mercury at normal temperature compared to that of water is more. A perfect gas, none of this above. For very great pressure, viscosity of most gases and liquids shows erratic behavior. This is the diagram of stress and velocity gradient. For above ABC, plot viscous, shear stress, velocity gradient for three fluids with Newtonian, non-Newtonian, ideal and ideal fluid solid. For ideal solid, the curve applicable dash D. Above figure, the ideal fluid curve is applicable A. Above figure, Newtonian fluid is curve applicable to B. Above figure, non-Newtonian fluid is curve is applicable to. This is the C. A fluid is equilibrium can't sustain shear stress. Viscosity of a water in compression of mercury is higher. The bulk modulus of elasticity with increase in pressure increases. The bulk modulus of elasticity increases with pressure. The balloon lifting in air follows the following principle, all of the above. The value of the coefficient of compressibility for water at ordinary pressure temperature in kg per centimeter square is equal to 21,000. The increase of temperature results in decrease in viscosity of liquid. Surface tension has the units of newtons per meter. Surface tension is acts in the plane of the interface normal to any line up to surface. The stress strain relation of the Newtonian fluid is dash linear. The units of viscosity are kg second per meter square. Kinematic viscosity is dependent upon density. Units of surface tension are dash both of the above. Which of the following meters is not associated with viscosity or set? Choose the correct relationship. Dynamic viscosity is equal to kinematic viscosity density. Dimensions of surface tension are dash m1 l0 t minus 2. For manometer, a better liquid combination is on having higher surface tension. Mercury in barometer replaced by water. The height of 3.7% mercury will be following centimeters in water, 51 centimeters. Choose the wrong statement. B option. Increase the pressure. The outer edge of drum radius R rotational W or full of liquid density rho will be dashed. None of the above. The property of fluid by virtue of the following offers is sustained to shear is called viscosity. Choose the wrong statement is the D. The density of water 1000 kg per meter cube at dash 4 degrees centigrade. If W is the specific weight of liquid, H depth of any point from the surface, then pressure, then viscosity at the point will be dash WH. Choose the wrong statement is the D. The units of kinematic viscosity are dash meter square per second. The ratio of absolute viscosity to mass density is known as kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity is equal to dynamic viscosity by density. Which of the following is the unit of kinematic viscosity? Stroke. A one-dimensional flow is one which has involved zero transverse component of flow. Alcohol is used in manometer because it can provide long column but the low density. The pressure of 25 meters of head water is equal to 245 kilonewton per meter square. The specific weight of sea water is more that of pure water because it contains all of this above. 850 kg liquid aqueous. Okay, okay, 850 aqueous value 1 cubic meter. Then 0.8 represents its specific gravity. V is equal to 0.0022 minus 1.8 by T. In the equation determine kinematic viscosity liquid by dash. Seaboard universal viscometer. Free surface of liquid tends to contact to the smallest possible area due to force is surface tension. Bucket of water hanging from a spring balance in iron piece is suspended water without touching sides bucket from the another support. The spring balance reading will dash remains same. A liquid would weight to solid adjacent forces compared to the cohesion forces are more. If cohesion between molecules of a liquid greater than the adjacent between the fluid glass, then the free level fluid dipped glass tube will be dashed. That is the lower than the surface of liquid. The point of immersed body through which the resultant pressure of the liquid may be taken to the known as center of pressure. The resultant upward pressure of a fluid on floating body is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. The definition according to Archimedes principle. The resultant upward pressure of the fluid on a immersed body is called buoyancy. The condition for a stable equilibrium floating body are dash all of this above. Poise is the unit of viscosity. Metacentric height is given the distance between the center of gravity of the body and the metacenter. The buoyancy depends on mass of liquid displaced. The center of gravity volume of the liquid displaced by immersed body is called center of buoyancy. The metal specific gravity 13.6 is placed in the mercury of specific gravity 13.6. What is the function of its volume is under mercury. All the metal piece will be immersed with the top surface just at mercury level. The angle of contact in case of liquid depends upon both the above. Free surface of liquid behave like sheet and tends to contact smallest possible area due to the dash force of cohesion. Raindrops are spherical because of surface tension force. Surface energy per unit area of surface immersed equal to dash surface tension. The capillary rise at 20 degrees centigrade in clean glass tube 1 mm bore containing water approximately 30 mm. The difference of pressure between the inside of outside liquid drop is P is equal to 2T by R. If the surface of liquid is convex, then dash cohesion pressure is increased. To avoid vaporization in the pipeline over the ridge laid such that there is not more than 6.4 meter above the hydraulic gradient. To avoid an interruption in the flow of simple air vessels is provided at the summit. The vapor pressure over the concave surface is less than the vapor pressure over the plane surfaces. The property by virtue of which liquid opposes relative motion between its different layers is called viscosity. The process of diffusion of a liquid into the other through semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. The unit of dynamic or absolute viscosity are dash Newton second meter per second square meter square. The dimensions of coefficient viscosity are m1 l minus 1 t minus 1. The continuity equation is connected with dash conservation of mass. The rise depression of liquid in tube due to surface tension with increases inside tube will dash decreases. The liquid transmit pressure equally in all the directions. This according to dash Pascal's law. Capillary action is due to dash all of the above. A rise or fall head H is capillary tube of diameter d, liquid surface tension specific weight W is equal to 4 sigma by WD. Newton law of viscosity in a relationship between dash shear stress and the rate of angular distortion. The atmospheric pressure with rise in altitude decreases dash first slowly and then steeply. Pressure of the order 10 power of minus 10 torque can be measured by dash ionization gauge. Operation of MC layout gauge used to low pressure measurement is based on the principle Boyle's law. In isothermal atmosphere, the pressure varies in the same way at the density. Mercury is often used to barometer because both B and C. Barometer is used to measure atmospheric pressure. Which of the following instrument can be used for measuring speed of submarine moving deep sea? Pitot tube. Which of the following instrument can be used for measuring speed of an aeroplane? Pitot tube. Piezometry is used to measure very low pressure. Which of the following instrument used to measure flow in the application of Bernoulli's theorem is the all of the above. The speed of sound in the perfect gas is given by dash kt by root of kt by r. The speed of sound in ideal gas varies directly as its absolute temperature. Speed of sound in water is equal to k root bulb by rho density, root of k by rho, bulb modulus density. Flow meters based on obstruction principle like Warf's meter can be used with Reynolds number up to approximately 2000. Dynamic viscosity of most of liquids with rise in temperature decreases. Dynamic viscosity of most of gases with rise in temperature increases. A metal with specific gravity of floating on a fluid of the same specific gravity will be fully immersed with the top surface at a liquid surface. The curve applicable for the Newtonian fluid is the Newton is the curve C. Euler's dimensionless number relates the following: pressure force and inertial force. Below the capillary action of circular glass tube, the various liquids dash curve D. The above curve holds following the curve tap water. Above curve is the curve C. For distilled water, very low temperature following the curve holds in the curve A. For distilled water, the higher temperature is the curve B. A manometer used to measure pressure in pipes, channels, etc. Which of the following manometer has highest sensitivity? Micromanometer with water. In order to increase sensitivity, U-tube manometer, one leg is usually inclined by angle. Sensitivity of inclined tube is the sensitivity of U-tube is equal to 1 by sin theta. Working principle of dead weight pressure gauge tester is based on Pascal's law. The resultant of all normal pressures etc. vertical upward. The center of pressure compared to CG is dash below it. Metacentric height is the distance between the metacenter and the center of gravity. The resultant upward pressure of the fluid on an immersed body due to its tendency to uplift the submerged body is called buoyancy. The center of pressure of a surface subjected to fluid pressure is the point on the surface at which resultant pressure acts. Buoyant force is dash the resultant force on a body due to the fluid surrounding it. The horizontal component buoyant force is dash 0. The force of buoyancy depends on mass of liquid displaced. The line of action of the buoyant force are through the dash centroid of the displaced volume of fluid. The center of buoyancy is dash centroid of the displaced volume of fluid. A body floats in a stable equilibrium when the metacenter is the above center of gravity. A piece weighting a vertical wall subjected to liquid pressure one side, the height h liquid surround face, the total pressure of wall per unit length is WH square by 2. The total pressure on the wall in the above case acts following the distance from the liquid surface is the 2 by 3 H. The total pressure on a horizontal immersed surface, the depth from liquid surface in a liquid in a specific way W is dash WAX. If the surface in above case in inclined angle theta with the liquid surface, then total pressure on the immersed surface will be WAX. The location of resultant force acting on a body submerged in water will be dash Hg plus Ig by Hga. The center of pressure for a vertically immersed surface lies following the distance from the center of gravity Ig by Hg below. The depth of center of pressure for a immersed surface inclined at an angle theta with the liquid surface lies at following distance from the center of gravity Ig sin square theta by Hg below. The total pressure of force plane area is equal to the area multiplied by the intensity of pressure at the center. It is all of the above. Surface 3m into 3m lies vertical line water with upper edge water surface. The hydrostatic force is equal to 13,500 kg. Next. Metacenter is the point is interaction of buoyant force and centerline body. Choose the wrong statement. This is the D option. For a body floating in a liquid, normal pressure exerted by the liquid acts dash all points on the surface of the body. Choose the wrong statement. D. According to principal buoyancy, body totally partially immersed in a fluid will be lifted by the force equal to weight of the body displayed by the body. When a body floating in liquid and displaced slightly is oscillates about dash metacenter. Buoyant force is dash the resultant force on a body due to fluid surrounding it. Ratio of inertia force surface tension is known as Weber's number. Ratio of inertia force to elastic force is known as Mach number. For a floating body to be stable equilibrium, its metacenter should be above the center of gravity. For floating body to be equilibrium, all of the above. Two important forces of a floating body are dash buoyancy and gravity. Choose the wrong statement. Option C, D. All of the bodies are stable. Center of pressure on an inclined plane is below the centroid. An open vessel's water accelerated up inclined plane. The free water surface will make an angle of opposite direction to inclination of inclined plane. The line of action of the buoyant force acts through the centroid of the dash displaced volume of fluid. Resultant pressure, the fluid liquid in the case of the immersed body acts through dash center of pressure. The center of gravity of the volume of liquid displaced by the immersed body is called center of buoyancy. Differential manometer used to measure difference of pressure between 2 points. The time oscillation floating body increases in a metacenter height will be dash lower. In an immersed body, center pressure dash below the center of gravity. The normal stress is same in all directions a point in fluid. When there is no motion, one of fluid is layer immersed. Normal stress is same in all directions at point in fluid. When there is no motion of one fluid layer relative to adjacent layer. Select the correct statement. Option is the A, B, and gauge pressure is equal to absolute pressure minus atmospheric pressure. The equation of continuity law is based on the principle of conservation of mass. Continuity mass. A measuring flow by Venturi meter, it should be installed in any direction in any location. Hot wire anemometer is used to measure gas velocities. Rotometer is a device used to measure flow. Flow of water in a pipe about 3 meters in diameter can be measured by pitot tube. True one-dimensional flow occurs when the direction and magnitude of the velocity at the points are identically. An ideal flow, any fluid must satisfy continuity equation. In the case of steady flow of fluid, the acceleration of any fluid particles is 0. The depth of center of pressure in a rectangular lamina, height of h with one side of the liquid surface is at 2h by 3. Non-uniform flow occurs when velocity, depth, pressure, etc. change from point to point of the fluid. During the opening of valve in a pipeline, the flow is dash unsteady. Uniform flow occurs when the size and shape of cross section is vertical length remains constant. Gradual is varied flow is a steady, non-uniform. Steady flow occurs when the velocity of successive fluid particles at any point is the same successive period of time. The flow which neglects change in a transverse direction is known as one-dimensional flow. The flow in which each liquid particles has a definite path and their path do not cross each other is called streamline flow. The flow in which conditions do not change with time at any point is known as steady flow. The flow in which the velocity vector identical in magnitude and direction at every point for any given instant is known as uniform flow. The velocity flow which particles fluid attain velocities that they vary from point magnitude and acceleration direction as well as from instant is known as turbulent flow. Which are following Cheese's formula for determining flow of open channels? V is equal to C root of mi. Venturi is used to measure flow of fluid in pipes when pipe is in any position. Which of the following is the Manning formula for determining flow in open channel? V is equal to 1 by n m 2 by 3 I 1 by 2. The length of divergent portion of venturimeter in comparison to convergent portion is more. Which of the following is the Darcy of Weisbach equation? None of these above. Which of the following is the Benjamin's formula? V is equal to 157.6 by 1.81 plus y by root of mi. Which of the following is Cutter's formula? V is equal to 23 plus 0.00155 by I plus 1 by n by 1 plus 23 plus 0.00155 by I n root of mi. Flow occurring in a pipeline when a valve is being opened is dash unsteady. Generally, energy equation holds for non-uniform flow. A streamline is defined as the line of equal velocity in flow. Two-dimensional flow occurs when the fluid particles move in a plane parallel planes and streamline patterns identically in each plane. In case of rectangular lamina with side in liquid surface having depth h, depth of center of pressure will be dash 2h by 3. Three vessels inverted pyramid semi-spherical V-through shapes having same volume and same height area to be emitted by an equal air opening times for emptying in order to will be dash inverted pyramid V through semi-sphere. The velocity of jet of water traveling out of opening in a tank filled with water is proportional to dash root of h. In a free vortex motion, the radial component velocity everywhere is dash 0. In a forced vortex, the velocity of flow everywhere within the fluid is non-zero finite. The region between the separation streamline and the boundary surface of the solid body is known as wake. For hypersonic flow, the Mach number is dash greater than 4. The upper surface of air over which water flows is known as SIL. Normal depth in open channel flow is the depth of flow corresponding to uniform flow. Velocity distribution in the turbulent boundary layer is the following logarithmic. Uniform flow occurs when dash the magnitude and direction of the velocity do not change from point to point of the fluid. Pitot tube is used to measure velocity. Hydrometer is used to determine specific gravity of liquid. The total energy of each particle at various places in case of perfect incompressible fluid flowing in continuous stream remains constant. According to Bernoulli's equation for steady ideal fluid flow, the energy is constant along the streamline but may vary across streamline. The equation of continuity holds good when the flow, all of the above. Mach number is significant is supersonic as with projectile and jet propulsion. Frody number is significant in dash. Simultaneous motion through two fluids, there are surface tension due to gravity forces and wave making effect as with ship hulls. All the terms of energy in Bernoulli's equation have dimensions of length. Reynolds number is the significant in full immersion or completely enclosed flow with pipes, aircraft wings, nozzle, etc. The fluid force considered in the Navier-Stokes equation of dash gravity, pressure, and viscous. A large Reynolds number is indication of highly turbulent flow. The friction head loss due to the flow of viscous fluid through a circular pipe length in diameter with d V pipe friction factor F is the 4FL by d V square by 2Z. For pipe laminar flow occurs when Reynolds number is less than 200. In order the flow takes place between 2 points in a pipeline, the differential pressure between these points must be more than all of the above. At the center line of pipe flowing under pressure, where the velocity gradient is 0, the shear stress will be dash, could be any value. The expression for relation between the gauge pressure be inside liquid droplet should between inside the outside of the liquid drop of diameter d and the surface tension sigma AB P is equal PD by 4. Two pipe system can be said to be equivalent when the following quantities are same: friction loss and flow. For pipe, turbulent flow occurs when Reynolds number is dash more than 4000. Bernoulli's equation deals with the law of conservation of energy. Cavitation is caused by low pressure. Cavitation will begin when the pressure at any relation touches absolute pressure equals saturated vapor pressure of the liquid. Principle of similitude forms the basics of designing models so that the resultant can be converted into prototype. For similarity in addition models being geometrically similar to prototype, the following to both cases should be also equal. All the four ratios in inertial force due to the viscosity, gravitation, surface tension and elasticity. If we mean velocity of flow, the according to Darcy-Weisbach equation for pipe flow, energy loss over length of pipeline proportional to V square. Frody number is the ratio of inertial forces, gravitational force. The non-dimensional favorite governing viscous frictional resistance is Mach number. Euler's dimensionless number relates to pressure force and inertial force. The rate of change of laminar linear momentum deals equals active force. Mach number is the ratio of inertial force to gravitation force. Mach number greater than the unity implies that the flow is the supersonic. The component of force of liquid fluid, the body generally inclined to direction of motion parallel to the direction of motion is called drag. The rate of change of momentum represents the torque applied by the fluid. Reynolds number is the ratio of inertial forces dash viscosity. The energy loss in flow through nozzle is compared to venturimeter is dash more. Weber number is the ratio of inertial force dash surface tension. Pressure coefficient is the ratio of pressure force dash inertial force. The pressure coefficient may takes from the dash delta P by sigma V square by 2. Separation of flow occurs when pressure gradient changes rapidly. In laminar flow, friction resistance depends upon dash, none of this above. Darcy-Weisbach equation for loss head pipe FL by 4 by m P square by 2Z. Which of the following is not dimensionless parameter dash kinematic viscosity? When boundary layer leaves a surface and curves up into cortex or loop, it is known as dash separation. A dimensionless combination of delta P, PL, Q is dash root of P by delta P, Q by L square. Orifice is an opening which closed parameter and regular form through which water flows. The average value of coefficient of velocity is the order of 0.97. The coefficient of discharge velocity and contraction CD, CV, CC related. CD is equal to CC into CV. An actual velocity when a contract flow through orifice from reservoir of height h, CV root of 2gh. The ratio of actual discharge to theoretical discharge through an orifice is CC, CC, CV. The value of coefficient of discharge in compression is less. For friction fluid, contraction coefficient for a board mouthpiece is 0.5. Mouthpiece can't be used under very large heavy because of erratic flow. In order that no shock wave develops when flow taking place through converging diverging tube, Mach number to exit should be not critical. Where is an opening with partially full flow. The region downstream from the streamline when separation takes place from the boundary is known as wake. Choose the wrong statement. Flow nets. Flow nets drawn indicates the pattern in case of one-dimensional flow. Continuity equation for a compressible fluid P1 A rho 1 A1 V1 equal rho 2 A2 V2. The continuity equation relates the mass rate flow along streamline. Equation of continuity of flow is based on the principle of conservation of mass. Bernoulli's theorem deals with the conservation of energy. The drag coefficient of laminar flow varies as proportional to Re minus 1 by 2. Continuity equation in incompressible fluid is A1 V1 equal A2 V2. For maximum discharge through a circular open channel, the ratio of depth flow diameter change channel should be 0.95. An air vessel is usually provided at the summit of sequence in order to avoid interference of flow. The flow critical depth is an open channel is dash maximum. Tube is an opening with a prolonged side having length of 2 to 3 diameter of opening in thick wall. Highest efficiency is obtained following a channel section trapezoidal. For best hydraulic rectangular cross section of an open channel, its depth should be equal to width by 2. A triangular section of open channel flow is the most economical when a vertex angle triangle base point is 90 degrees. The discharge over a V notch were proportional to h5 by 2. H power of 5 by 2. The motion of fluid vortex of each particle of the fluid moves in a circular path with speed which dash varies inversely as the distance from the center. The time required to empty uniform rectangular tank is proportional to its dash root of h. Okay, thank you.